This one goes out to my baby girl, beautifulest girl in the world. You got me, and people know this ain't lie. What are you more? Got up this morning while I've been thinking hard. Jumped in my ride, put on a good facade. I seen the boys and they be keeping loud. Cranked up the beats and then the party started. Pulled out the drinks and then the party swayed. Some whiskey red label and Alizé. They asked for slow jams, followed with some slow dance. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance. They asked for slow jams.
What up, family? Another episode of Simplistic. Today's interviewee, we going to be interviewing a brother named Leighton Brown. My bro Leighton Brown is a musician, rapper, singer, songwriter. He's a manager, artist, and a lot of those other sweet stuff that you like to do in the music industry. His background probably is probably the more important part of this here is he's an ex-patch member, he's an ex-crack addict, he's an ex-con, and he's had a lot of struggles with, housing in the past and all that sort of stuff. So I thought, his testimony would be great for everybody, just for everybody to, when you feel like there's no hope or anything like that, well, here's a brother that's been down in the dumps and, he's managed to climb the mountains. So gives you an understanding that there's always hope. Always hope. Anyway, so yeah, let me introduce my brother. Cheer, Leighton.
Cheer, bro. How's it going?
Yeah, good, bro. Good.
Awesome.
All right, just give us a bit of a background on yourself, my bro.
Oh, me. Well, yes, love music, everything else. Don't miss the other stuff, choice. But I was born and raised out East Auckland, place in Glendowie. Street called Medline Ave. Well known for a lot of people, I suppose. But stayed through with my older brother, mum and dad. Things went pretty just like the rest of everybody else going through life.
Yeah, hard.
I suppose, bro. Yeah.
It seems to be something in our culture, where just the struggles always seems to be, and we've gotten to the point right now.
Yeah.
Every one of our families have gotten to the point right now where we're going, we're just above water. That's good enough for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with just having a roof over your head. There's nothing wrong with having a job and those basic necessities in life. I think the only sort of problem I find with a lot of our families is with the extra money when we're saving it, we don't know why we're saving it. So then we end up not saving it. And so the money that we're actually getting in, we end up spending it on other stuff like alcohol, we spend it on drugs, we spend it on everything else other than something to prosper our family. Yeah. And that's, it's that quick make money scheme that we seems to think that this is the one.
The fix.
This is the fix. This is the one where I win the lottery.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell this much drugs and I'm just going to, that's it. Me and my family set for life. And it seems to be that thing that, we see on TV, the drug life, they make it look like something like it was something glamorous and they came something, they became rich because of it. And I find that's a cycle that seems to be in our nation at the moment.
Yeah, it's a tough cycle, especially if you're in that game and you've got that mindset to, especially with drugs, and your mindset is to make money off of it. It's a hard game to play, of course it has consequences and things like that.
Yes.
That comes with it, but the drive, I suppose, has a lot to do with the family situations too, yourself, I don't know.
Yeah, I think just explain the types of drugs that you've had to deal with and so you've dealt with.
Yeah, cannabis. Was always selling weed. Make money. Crack. P. Um, ecstasy and things like that. Like throughout the last say 15, almost 20 years. It was just a quick buck on the side.
That's
A
right.
lot of people say it's bread and butter. Bread and milk.
Yeah, I know a little bit of
Hey.
your life. I know a little bit about that life too. Whereas well, you obviously, you know a little bit of my life as well.
Yeah.
But as you're selling and you're doing drugs like that, you don't seem to realize that you're pulling yourself away from reality. So what's happening is you keep on charging towards let me get these done, or just these plants. Like,
Yeah.
even when you're trying to do plants in the hydroponics, inside your house, like your power bill goes from like maybe $95
Yeah.
to $500, just like that, and you keep on telling yourself, no, but this one here, I'm going to make it. This one here, I'm going to make it. And so what happens is you move on to that, and then you fail, and you go from that to trying to do other things, and try to make things last a little bit longer, and then you try and do your clones, and then then you try and do you're trying to mix in.
It's like a constant circle,
and you keep on forgetting
round and round.
that's it, and you forget what's behind you.
Yeah.
You forget that you're pulling yourself away from reality.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
especially priorities,
yes,
life,
Yeah.
your family,
because
things
you,
like
you
that.
keep on chasing the dream. You keep on chasing that dream that's in front of you. No, but that once I get this,
Yeah.
it's gonna heal that.
Yeah.
Once I get this, it's gonna fix that. Don't worry, we're $5,000 in arrears at rent.
Yeah.
But don't worry, once
Don't
I
worry,
sell
we'll
this, it's gonna fix that.
Yeah.
It's the same excuse we give ourselves when we go to gambling.
Yeah.
For those who are gambling, it's the same excuse we tell ourselves, whether we be under alcohol or no. You were quite heavily in crack. Explain a little bit on that one there.
For me on that, like I actually I was anti it for I would say from a bro's point of view. One of my mates had tried to get me on it for 10.5 years, and he wanted me on it because, of course, at the time I was gang related. I had the connections to get, and it was easy if I was on board with him. I could get the product. We can make money at the same time. Swallow a few, but yeah, I was anti the whole crack scene for like I wouldn't allow any in front of me. That was you. If you did it, that was you, bro. Keep me out of it. You pass it to me, I'll give you a warning. You ask me again, I'm punch you in the mouth. And that's how it was. But 10.5 years later, I got myself into just into a bullshit relationship, to be honest. Things went too great, things went too well. Trying to go out my way and could try and please and whatnot. And I wasn't drinking, I didn't smoke weed, didn't do pee, didn't do nothing but smoke cigarettes, bro, and do music.
Yeah.
And
in fact, that's how we met. Was
Yes,
on the
bro.
music.
Yeah.
It was on the music. Yeah.
But with my reasons to starting the whole crack thing was thinking maybe if I tried this, should kind of swing my way a bit more and
she
love
a crack?
me for me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Gotcha.
she smoked weed, she did that, she smoked cigarettes, she loved to party, she loved to do things and
Bloody woman, man.
There's nothing wrong. I mean, like, but there's nothing wrong with a man that don't do it either. But sometimes when she gives you, the cold shoulder because you're boring and things like that. So I thought, oh well, You know, one night we were at a party where I was drunk. I asked her if she had some, and yeah, she took me into the toilet and put it in the pipe, and just sparked it up for me. Here I am, drunk as, don't know what the hell I'm trying to feel or whatever, but yeah. But that was just the first, that's the first night, and then
Is there much difference between crack and cocaine?
I've only tried coke once, bro, and that was
I have,
yeah,
like, I obviously you it's got to go into a paste before it goes into a powder
Yeah,
form and all that
yeah.
sort of stuff. But
yeah,
like it comes off a leaf, and then they take it from that leaf, they turn it into a paste, and then it goes from a paste and they turn it into a powder form, which they're able to. But I heard that crack cocaine is just a mixture of something. Like, I'm not a I don't know. I've never dealt in crack before, so I wouldn't know.
I would say it's the same as like even the P and meth and all that. It's all mixed. Everything's mixed. You eating, it's you can't trust what you get today.
That's right. That's
If
right.
anything, you're gonna get ripped. Regardless.
Yeah. So what did you do to jump that hurdle?
I actually I put myself into a situation where I ended up having to ask a friend to help me out to pay off a drug deal that went wrong.
Yeah.
With another gang member.
Yeah. Shout out to their friend.
Yeah.
Shout out to their friend.
And God bless them, and or us, at the end of the day, friends or family, it doesn't matter. When it comes to drugs, business is business.
Yeah.
But
the biggest thing I find, when it comes to dealing with drugs, is there really is no such thing as family. Yeah.
No.
Like, there's no such, like, it really is business is business.
Yeah.
And like, if they can rip you off, they'll rip you off.
Yep.
The amount of times, like, in the past I've dealt with family, and just to have them sort of screw you over, and I mean, it's that same old thing where everyone goes, oh, we should do something, you should roll them.
Is, though, you expect them to do it. Quite a lot of times, the ones that aren't gonna come through in the end, but instead you still, and then it's like you take that, like you take that leap of faith, because you don't really have a choice. Yeah.
It's like so what was happening was way back then, just in case there's cops watching. Way back then, okay.
Yeah.
What was happening was I was trying to, well, as you know too, I was trying to run a business, and it was going as far as Gisborne, or Portuguese, sort of that Bay of Plenty area, so I was trying to run a business between there and as well as sort of up a little bit up north, what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can't be everywhere, and at the same time I was working,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I felt like I had to bring in a few more people, and I thought, well, I'm not going to bring in friends. I'm going to bring in family.
Yeah.
As it turns out, they were probably the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, those are crack up times,
Yeah.
I always say, like, when it comes to testimonies like that, like, I always tell people, it doesn't matter if you're in church or anything, never be ashamed of your testimony, because a testimony like that, the more you stuff up, and you jump that mountain, you climb that mountain, the more of a hero you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, you were talking about how you were able to come out of it. Of the crack?
Through the mates, help and things like that.
So it's sort of like a shake up. Did it sort of like wake you up a little bit when you stuffed up and realized?
Well, pretty much, yeah. I was at that point where this isn't the goal that I'm trying to get to. I'm so far from it.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I'm just trying to make that goal and coin, so I could help myself get out.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, though I used, I didn't abuse that shit in order for me to forget about my priorities and where I was going. I was, I had a set plan, but that plan was just falling further and further away. So for me, it was just, I just got myself into that mess with the bro's help and his encouragement for me to, just, this is going to be the same circle, if not jail, if not, I was, yeah. I was gonna be left with I don't know, more of a trunk ride, or whatever comes with all those sort of consequences. Yeah, but it comes with that sort of game, So, and I saw I didn't want it anymore, but
Oh yeah, I got you. Just tell me, when you when it came to you, like you also got to a point where you were staying like on the streets,
yeah,
with no house, and just with everything that was going on, and obviously there was a lot of brothers around to help you as well,
yeah, yeah,
and you were staying I think recently you were staying down south. And like we were talking, we're still keeping in communication,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I was still helping you from up here, but
yeah,
you had a lot of support around you. That type of support, really, it doesn't matter if it's gang related or not.
Yeah,
Support is support.
yeah,
And I think that's what we got to get into people, was like they see gang members like helping out in the community and they start judging them straight away.
yeah.
They're just doing it because they want them to join their gang, you know what I mean? That sort of recruitment sort of
Yeah.
buzz, but they don't seem to understand. It's like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Instead of sitting there judging the gang member
Yeah,
or
what are you doing
ex-con,
about it?
or
Yeah.
ex-druggie, what are you doing? Why are you just standing there? Are you going to go in there into their house or into their street
Yeah.
where, their kids are, all messed up and the houses are all messed up and there's this violence everywhere?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable walking into there and helping out? Hey,
Absolutely. Bro.
It's
ugly.
yeah. With the weed, let's go back to weed a little bit. Now, actually, hang on. Before we get to that, did you know the Black Power are doing their own petrol station?
Yeah, I seen that the other day. It cracked me up.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's true or not, but I've seen it. Actually, see, the problem is the source is not really credible.
Yeah.
It's that Stuff NZ. They're the ones that's posting it, because then the following day, so it was BP, which was Black Power Petroleum.
Yeah.
So then the following day, they sent out something else, and it was MB, which was the mob. We're going to do a counter to them,
Yeah.
and it was Mongrel Mobile, the Mongrel Mobile station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's the same source, but to me they're not credible.
Yeah.
It's not a credible source. So to me, it's at the moment it's still up in the air. If that's
If
true,
they did,
yeah. And
wow.
honestly, and they're doing it to help the people, like straight away. People
I
need
know.
to straight away, like
Forget about the whole.
pointing the finger. It's like
Yeah.
everything you said about the gangs. Yes, I know that there have been a lot of bad things happening, but we're
they're
talking about
doing
today.
Something
Today.
about things.
Hey,
yeah.
we're talking about today. What the right here, right now.
Yeah.
They're doing that to help you. Yes, of course they got to make. It's a business. They got to make some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't get angry like, yo.
Yeah.
This. My business, for instance, like videography. So obviously I do live streaming, videography, IT, audiology, photography, like all those sort of things, right?
Yeah.
Just for videology, for videography. So that's just to do a music clip.
Yeah.
$3,000.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How long is a music clip? 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know how much recording much you might do? You might do maybe 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
$3,000, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
We don't mind.
That could be minimum.
Yeah.
That could be. Yeah.
And people don't mind paying these big companies that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got the brothers that will do it for a quarter of that price, as well as the convenience of adding in other things.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do it. You know? Yeah. Oh no, we like the looks of them because they look professional. They look, you know. I get it. You know what I mean? Like you look at on my walls, and there's over 30 certificates of different, like operations management, sales and marketing, business law. Like there's so many things: photography, videology, audio technician, owner business management. Like over 30 certificates up there.
Yeah,
that's not enough for them.
No.
You've got to have the $1 million building
suit.
Yeah, along with a suit,
Yep.
you know. And then they might look at you. It's like, I get it. You want somebody who's really going to invest money, but the problem is, we are not the society for that.
No,
we don't have the society for that type of market. If this was over in America, yeah, fine. You know, I'll go spend all my money into getting the whatever, and putting the big flash signs with the neon and all that sort of stuff, and then we can talk about, that's a professional. But we're here in New Zealand,
absolutely,
and I think people don't give other businesses a chance, in society.
Yeah.
Like that stupid, what's it called, Serco. The ones that's taking over the prisons right now, eh?
Yeah.
They're a private company, so obviously they're a company that makes money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So therefore they're a company that makes money, and the biggest thing about it is the government gives them they keep giving them these damn contracts.
Yeah. On
top of that, they go outside and get other contracts from other companies to say, we'll do your work for cheap.
Yeah.
So you remember how much it was getting paid inside? Like, I remember it
was $270, I think.
Yeah. $270.
Oh, weekly for wages.
Man.
Or like benefit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about an hour. I was like, what? You were getting $270 an hour?
Oh, no, that was a week, bro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah.
$270.
Yeah, so and especially when you got your P119s, like what's that gonna buy you? 2 chocolate bars,
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, lucky.
So they're getting all these companies, and they're making profits, so Serco's making profits off inmates.
Yep.
So they need more inmates. So if our people stop committing crimes, start looking after each other, and start getting a little bit smarter in terms of making money for themselves, the poverty rate, because the poverty rate right now is what's hitting our people, right? To say that Serco, because Serco's a European established company, you know what I mean?
Is it?
So yeah, it actually came from overseas, They so what's happening is a lot of Māori, let's say Māoris, they can track themselves to the land. So you know what they're doing? They're treating us like what they do, the Indians or the Aborigines. Okay, we can't actually move them legally into the thing, so we wait for them to stuff up and we'll put them into the jails. Yeah. Now the jails become like the all those little, the homes, far away, refuge sort of homes, you know what I mean? And they'll push everything, they'll push them into there and leave them there. At the same time that they're making money off every inmate.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. If our people would understand, like, we have so much power.
We do.
We have so much power, and once we can get our shit together, and get ourselves on track, and that's not just us as Māoris, as Pacific Islanders as well. That's us as Pacific Islanders as well. So once we can get ourselves, get our shit together, and we're able, because people are thinking, I got a mortgage, I got a house, but not even realizing that it's you got to go a little bit more further, because you own the house, but do you own the land?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more to just those things, boy. As a people, as a as a native culture of the land, I mean, like with the whole land battles and all that
That's right.
stuff that's still going today with tribal leaders and
And so when
whatnot.
you can track yourself
Yeah.
down to your land, you automatically have what's called an allodial right or land patent. So what that basically means is you build a house on there, you own everything. So if you don't have an allodial right or you don't have land patent, so what happens is, people must say, "Oh, we've copyrighted the minerals that's running underneath your, your house.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to move your house for 60 years."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the only thing they have to do by law is put it back the way that they found it.
Yeah.
So you don't know where that's going to be. So the way to stop it is you get a land patent or you get allodial rights. So basically what that means is you own everything underneath your house to the center of the earth, to the sky above. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so basically they can't do it anymore. Because everything that's above and everything that's below your house or your land is yours. So when you actually succeed the land to yourself and you actually put yourself in that place of identifying yourself to your land, you have an allodial right. You know what I mean? Most of the times, unless you brought the land from somebody else, and they didn't. But it's crazy. I look at the prison system right now, and I see kids beating up security guards, and it's crazy. You remember when I used to own that security business over on the shore, right?
Yeah.
And and you were working for companies.
I was working with you.
Yeah. Then they brought out that law. Oh, if you've got a
COA.
you've got and plus in order to get that COA, if you've got a criminal conviction, we can't take you.
Yeah.
Yet the people with criminal convictions are the ones that can help these youths
do the job.
Yeah, and they can help these kids.
Yeah.
They can help these ones, they can help, they understand where their violence is coming from. And plus the government.
because we understand.
Yeah.
We can relate.
And can you imagine how many people could get jobs?
Yeah.
If they were to open that back up. Kids, these are men that have been there, done that.
I'll tell you, I'll go back.
Yeah,
I'd go back.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. The government makes all the moves that they think, but all it is isolation.
Yeah.
All it is isolation.
Today's society and the way the system is today is it's ridiculous, bro. I mean, we can't even make gardens in the backyard anymore. You know, that's illegal or something like that. Everything is just like we supply a third of the world our meat as well as dairy products, and yet we still charge sky high prices for them, though we supply a third of the world of it, and they're getting it next to nothing. But that cow, that sheep, that it all came from here. Vegetables and everything, food, housing. It's ridiculous here. And they are complaining about jail and the amount of people going to jail, especially Māori.
Yeah, no,
it's
absolutely.
hard. It's why brothers are doing drugs, trying to sell, are robbing and doing things. And
there's a whole lot of groups right now that are trying to get people to understand track their genealogy and understand their land.
Yeah.
Two Tangata, which is on the Brian Tama Kingdom.
Yeah.
They've been doing this for a while. Wānanga, they've been doing it like forever. I know there's a lot of like Tūhoe Trust, Ngāti Pro Trust, and all those. Like they've been trying to do it as well, but the people just, and it's that same argument. Oh, I've only got a toenail. You know what I mean? When it comes to land, they go, oh, I've only got a toenail. I'm not gonna do it for toenail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without even searching. Without even actually having a look. And if you're not gonna do it for yourself, then obviously it's gonna remain the same. I want to say this to people that if you don't. There is going to be a legislation passed soon that if you don't succeed your land and take ownership of your land, the Crown is allowed to take it. The Crown will take that land and scoop it up straight away. and then you're going to have to go through that whole process of trying to get it back.
Yeah.
How well has that worked for people in the past? You know, we need to learn from our past mistakes. You know, so yeah, I think the whole understanding is, the whole reason is, if we can get ourselves out of poverty, you know, we can
work
look at,
together.
yeah, work together, help. We can help. You know, we can help ourselves. We can help our families. It's got to start with our families.
Yeah. Right
You know, we got to start with ourselves, and then it goes to our families,
ourselves.
and then our communities, and
Yeah.
our, you know, whoever we hang out with. You know, we ain't gonna get anything done if you know, like I was telling you before, you know, the laws of attraction work the same as the laws of gravity. They work whether you want them or not. What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
You know, the laws of attraction work exactly the same. Whatever you put out will come back. You're gonna put out something negative all the time. That's what's gonna come back all the time. You know, I think the Bible explains it in Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 to 9. You know, what you sow is what you reap.
Yep.
You know, so I think we need to understand as a people, we understand that, you know, that's why you were on here.
Yeah.
You know, you're sharing a testimony that says it was hard, life was hard, but here I am still going. You know what I mean?
You gotta keep going, man.
You know, we both, you know, had to endure that jail life.
Yeah.
We both had to endure that gang life, the drug life, but here we are. You know what I mean?
Still.
And we're still going, and we're still trying to help, and we're still trying to send a message out to people like, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Hey, it's never too late. And I think if our people, when I say our people, I mean New Zealanders, you know, if our people would just get off the colour thing, you know, that's probably the biggest thing, because try and understand one thing. Our system has different types of colours of people up there. You know what I mean? You know, even Islanders and Māoris. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the system. What we need to understand as a country is we've probably been only around for at least maybe 500 years. At least 500 years. That's how old we are. You know, we're not that old.
No.
Because before we were here, you know, I've been over to Rara, and they've got this big thing about we came through there. Yeah. I've seen on documentaries where it says we came through Easter Island or we came through Hawaii. Yeah. But I've also seen DNA facts that scientists are given, or, you know, geneticists are given, to say they could track us coming from Melanesia. So before we were here, we came from Melanesia, and from Melanesia, before Melanesia, we came from Asia. Before Asia, we came from Africa. You know, and I don't know if you've seen this, but have you seen that program called Children of Adam?
Not too sure.
Okay, so it's a documentary, and it was about a guy named something Michael Wells or something like that. For 10 years, he went around the whole world getting DNA samples of men to track their Y chromosome. So, you know, a male's so when it comes to us, we have Y chromosome, we've got an X chromosome as well. So the Y chromosome comes from our father, X chromosome comes from our mother. So he wanted to track our Y chromosome, and so he went through everyone. So he went to, you know, all over the world, and he tracked it, and he was able to follow that what did he call it, marker, genetic marker. He was able to follow that genetic marker all the way down to Africa to one man.
Sure.
So the one man we came from is from Africa.
Yeah.
You know, what book tells us about Africa? One man. You know what I mean? What book talks about one man? We all came from one man.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people don't realize that for a lot of us that are religious, like, you know, they're like, oh, you know, they're not working. You know what I mean? Oh, they're just worshiping nobody or anything. Like, life would be so boring if you didn't, you know, believe and have faith. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just going to be this person that goes through life and, you know, just, you know what I mean? And be just a grump, That's why your life is spiritualist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to put your faith in somebody
Yeah.
else. It's nice, even for men. It's nice for men to be able to put their spirituality and say, "Oh, look, I give it to you.
Yeah.
I know I'm not good enough for this. I give it to you." And then, like whatever, faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we put that faith in something and then the evidence comes out, we don't know how it happened, but it came.
But it does.
Yep.
And
for a lot of us, this is what people don't understand. A lot of us found our Lord.
Yeah.
A lot of us found Jesus when we were broken, when we had nowhere else to go, when things couldn't get any worse. And we found Jesus, and then all of a sudden we found hope.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people don't understand is when you find that hope, you're not going to let go of that.
No.
I don't care what people say. It doesn't matter what you want to say about him. It doesn't matter what you want to say about the faith. It doesn't matter what you want to say about, it's been tampered with.
Yeah.
The Bible has been tampered with. The blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what part of it's been tampered with? Are you talking about the fact that it was a apocrypha of 80 books or 81 books, and now it's the Bible of 66 books?
Yeah.
What part's been tampered with? It's been tampered with in terms of what? The translation, where they had to get the translations right because people were putting in the wrong words. It's like, dude, it's simple fixes.
Yeah, well, that's it. It
was simple fixes.
It's made to help people understand better.
Yeah,
I suppose. But yeah.
But yeah, because at the end of the day, when life is going great, and I'm going to say this to everyone out there, when life is going great for you, of course you don't need the Lord. You're not going to need the Lord. Life's too perfect for you. So you won't understand. So you keep living your perfect life, you keep living your perfect life, and, one day, when things are not so perfect, the first words that's going to come out of your mouth is going to be the same words that came out of mine as well as my brother's. Jesus, dear Lord, can you help me? But no. There's there's a lot of things to take on board, but I think
it's what you do, Bo. Like take your first steps to get out. First, accept where you are. If you're in the deeps.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the brother Leighton Brown. Coming on Simplistics, and just want to thank you for the knowledge.
This one goes out to the Tupac vets, born and bred, Wellingtonian style, the capital, land of the free. Here we go, smooth it out now. Just letting you know where I'm from, baby. Newtown, Southside. Oh, it runs deep inside. So bring it to me now. Mine goes round and round, my honey. Smooth it out. Dignity, full of pride. Growing up in this place I used to call my home. We were so young, I never had a mobile phones. Just us in them fields and them playground kids. We used to walk, run around and just be kids. We had our problems and them everyday bangs, but never did we worry. We just play on swings, me and my mom. We never ever lost that vibe, cause as hard as it was, you kept our hopes alive. We had you who gave us some grounds to play. We had you who never ever went away. We had you to father us into men. We had you provide a roof for us to live in. What I'm trying to say is not a day goes by that I don't love the memories inside my mind. I thank you for them times in my childhood days. I wouldn't be the man I am today. So let me say, hey, just letting you know where I'm from, baby. Newtown, Southside. Oh, it runs deep inside. Just bring it to me now. Mine goes round and round, my honey. Smooth it out. Dignity, full of pride. I remember climbing up in pipes all the way to the top, or playing down there till the fireman said stop. I remember lying to mom just to hang down.